I'm wearing this white band. It's in Asian tradition. It's a sign of mourning. Please mourn with me. Please pray for all the innocent, anguished souls that have suffered since countless eons, countless thousands of years in the hands of humans. War and slaughter for food, etc. And pray for their deliverance. Pray for their freedom from anguish, sorrow, hatred. Let them go rest in high heavens. If God doesn't want any animal sacrifices for himself, how would he want us to even kill them and eat their bloody flesh? So do not run away anymore from this inevitable decision. Nowadays we have so much tasty vegan food everywhere. Healthy, happy for all, humans and others. The sooner we make this decision to make vegan law, the better for our conscience, for all of us here on the planet, so that we can also be spared of judgment. So act by your loving inherent nature. Oh, my kind human fellow beings, God granted you the power to take care of our world. What are you doing with it? Please act on it now and rescue our world. Simply just make the vegan law and sign it before it's too late for you to decide the right thing, before it's too late to even regret, before more of God's wrath descends upon us with more severe weather, more plague, more terror, more lives lost, more precious resources disappear, more financial disaster. King David of all killed only one person wrongly, yet his citizen got punished with a plague for 3 days. In our time, we have like forever plague, one after another. Where can we escape? Where else can we move to? We have only one planet. Plus vicious wildfires, typhoons, earthquakes, tsunami, etc., relentlessly. Heavens and earth are shaken to the core, seeing the atrocities we measure upon our fellow human and animal earth tenants. So all kinds of calamity are inevitable. By the latest plague, Wuhan, mass death toll is still rising. Millions of people are quarantined, though the number of deaths and quarantines are minimized by some governments, fearing to alarm the public, fearing its effect on the economy. I'm sure you all know. Please open your eyes. Please open your minds, open your heart, see the reality around you. Use your privileged position of power that God bestowed upon you to make it right for our world. You are put in this high position to take care of everyone on this planet, to make it right, to be a good steward on earth. So please don't waste your time and God's blessing anymore. Do it now. Change it now. Not thinking any longer before things get more out of control. Before disaster might befall us suddenly and we have no time to react. My prayers are with you. Our loving fellow prayers are with you. Work for God, with God. You will be stronger, happier, and feel more relieved in body, mind, and soul of the burden of guilt in your heart. That will fall away. So you will be feeling light, pure, and happy. By doing the right thing now, make the vegan law to save our world. Make veganism the law. God doesn't want any suffering for any beings, not any blood, any flesh of animals or any other beings, not even the circumcision. What for? What good does it do to God to make poor helpless babies suffer and die, just a few days old, and had to suffer and die in uncounted numbers ever since this practice began because of related after effects, bleeding or infection? Imagine the sorrow of the parents. Imagine how God feels. We make God suffer also, because God made us in His own image. We are God's children. When the children suffer, God suffers. God said to me, it was not His wish at all. It was Satan, the devil, who faked His name to harm the pure-hearted, the vulnerable faithful, to trap them into more suffering, to kill more of the heirs, the male heirs, who can make their country strong, make people multiply and prosper. Think about it. What kind of God would like to inflict pain on poor, innocent, helpless babies and children, or even male adults? For what? What for? God wants to cause worry and pain for their parents. They are also His children. Even my heart, even they're not my children. I'm not their parents, but my heart was in so deep anguish, feeling of their sorrow and pain, especially for the unfortunate helpless babies. How would the all-loving God be able to bear it, not to say has even ordered that? In the name of God, the utmost just and merciful, I beg forgiveness from all countless innocent beings tormented and massacred by humans since time immemorial, intentionally or unintentionally. Now, in 21st century, we must be more civilized. We must stop superstitious, violent tradition. We must stop harming innocent babies and animals and humans. It is Satan, the devil, that initiates anything that makes beings suffer. That's his hell style. His hell, of course. The symbol of suffering, sorrow, pain, anguish, and anything that is no good, that is negative, that is dark, and cause pain. So please save your innocent babies and children. I will tell you why the devil wants the male babies or male children or male to suffer. I will tell you why. God told me this. It was not the merciful God. It's the zealous demons, Satan's subordinates. They like to eat the flesh of anyone who dies in war and conflict and agony and the like. Recently, I cannot bear no more. They also bother me too much. So 80% of these demons already dragged into hell by the original universe gods' protectors. Because these kind of demons, they might not be Satan himself, but they work for Satan. And they try to always incite hatred between humans and animals, or between animals, between all beings, to enjoy their inflamed energy, they live of it, and they enjoy their anguish, dead flesh as well. They told me, the zealous demons, spirits, even told me not to make peace on earth, because then they will never have anything to eat. I say, I cannot grant your wish. You can only follow me, go home, go to heaven. That's all I can promise you. I cannot continue to let people or animals suffer on this planet. Enough, too much already. But they say they cannot eat anything else. I asked them, cannot you just eat naturally dead animals or other crops? like abandoned corpse or something. They say, no, they cannot, because it's a different energy. They need to eat the kind of flesh that has anguish, hatred, sorrow, or fearful, terrorized kind of flesh, or beings who has inhabited that corpse. Because every other flesh has different energy. They cannot eat. So, well, but you have to change. I cannot continue to let you make war just so that you can eat something. They say even just a small piece of flesh from this kind of anguish, terrorized energy flesh, they can be satisfied for a long time. I say no matter what. I cannot condone this request. I cannot condone this practice. I love humans. I love animals. All the souls are innocent until they are trapped onto this planet by chance. I'm not going to let them suffer anymore. So the best is that you follow me, go home. Some did, but very little. Actually, up to today, 82% of these demons are already dragged to hell. I had excuse to do that, because they bother me. Please save your precious children. You can see there's no use to make them suffer, and even die, in many cases. In America, it is reported that there are at least 100 babies die every year due to related after effect of the circumcision. The number could be more, but some parents don't report. You can understand why. They are just too anguished even to think of reporting, or they don't even want to talk about it. But look at the history, and you can see nothing good came out of worshipping such sadistic sort of God. It cannot be God. God is love. God is caring, loving, compassionate, merciful. He created children. He created man in his own image. How would he want his children to suffer? It's not logical. You are smart, you understand. So look back. Look around. Nothing good came out of worshipping such sadistic sort of demons. Just endless war, mass suffering, perishing of innocent children and babies in big numbers. And even some decades ago, you remember, you know that. You know the Holocaust. Please stop it. Please stop torturing your babies and children, or in yourself, or in your friend. Wake up, wake up, wake up. There's no such God that make your babies suffer. Your babies are precious to you, and God knows that. God doesn't want to torture you mentally, physically, or your babies. For what? He knows the consequences. Well, at least it's very painful. If we cut a little bit of our finger, we feel so painful already. How would the baby bear it, How would the babies able to bear it? I'm sorry if I have offended you in any way, but my heart I feel like it's boiling with I feel like something boiling. Thinking of these babies and imagine how they have to feel so helplessly delivered. Just babies, a few days old, my God. Please stop it. Otherwise, God will punish you more. Devils, only the devil, they want to weaken your nation. Cannot you see that? Because baby males or male children, male adults, our future, especially baby children. I cannot reach. Especially male baby and male children. They are future rabbis. the future president, the future defenders of your country. So the devils want to hurt them, kill them, so that your country is weakened, less male to help to strengthen the nation and do many work for the society, for your country. Can you see that? Huh? I'm telling you the truth. For what reason I do this? Risking myself, huh? To offend you. Devils, they are everywhere. They can manifest themselves as humans. They will look dignified and tell you that they are God or they are saints. Remember the story of Solomon. He has been in exile for 3 years, and the demons took over his throne and his household, his country, and he made so many disgusting, cruel deeds. And people thought that was Solomon, but it wasn't. Solomon was exiled all 3 years until he came back and the devil was driven away. And Jesus, when he was meditating in the desert, also the devil came and tempted him. He promised, he bribed him with the whole world as a gift if Jesus but just bowed to Satan. So what did Jesus say? Get thee behind me. Get lost. The Buddha also did the same thing when devils came to tempt him. But in his vulnerable state of mind and in his very innocent faith, someone might have heard it wrong, or the translation was wrong, thinking it's God's voice. So thus, God sent messengers to correct, to clear his name, to clear his order, which were not his order. So other messenger came saying that Hess doesn't want any animal flesh, even animal flesh and blood. How would he even want to harm the children? He loves animals so much he doesn't want them to suffer. How would he want your children, your babies to suffer, even risking death? Think about it, okay? The mistranslation has cost millions or billions of lives of the innocents. For example, in India, in the old time, in the Rich Veda 10:18:7, it stated that widow women whose husbands are deceased are advised to go ahead in their life. The word agra means go ahead. However, agra was mistranslated and misinterpreted as agna, meaning fire. And thus the hymn became, let these wives first step into the fire, tearless, without any affliction and well adorned. So go ahead instead of go in the fire. There were completely different definitions. Many women were forced to die in the fire that burned the dead. If her husband is dead and they burn him, she has to be burnt with him. So many women in the old time are forced to burn with their husband in the fire, rather than moving forward in their lives, as the word agra means. So this is terrible. And also in Atharva Veda 18:3:1 is one of the most quoted Vedic mantra, which support a woman to be burned with her husband when he's dead. Choosing her husband's word, O man, this woman lays herself down beside the lifeless body, preserving faithfully the ancient custom, bestow upon her both wealth and offspring. The misinterpretation arises from choosing her husband's word, which has been understood as the wife being advised to join the dead husband in the afterlife, in the next world. So she must burn herself in the funeral pyre of her husband. Since 1829, this practice of burning alive a widow with her husband was outlawed in India. but still it occurs on some rare occasions, as it is regarded by some Hindus as the ultimate form of womanly devotion and sacrifice. So you see, mistranslation can kill, and kill terribly, and kill the innocent. We have to be careful about what we believe and what we follow, because we have to listen to logic, intelligent reason, if we want to follow the will of God. Just for an example, because here is a contradict statement in the same Veda, Atharva Veda 18:3-2. It is stated that, "Rise, come into the world of life, O woman. Come, he is lifeless, by whose side thou liest." So this mantra indicates that the woman should rise from beside the dead body of her husband and move on with this living world. Also in the Vedas, it is spoken of widow remarriage. So wrong interpretation can kill many, many innocents. That's what I mean. But it could be that people heard wrong or translated wrong. Please save your babies, save your children, save your male people. Let them live. Let them be whole and healthy and well. God has created them perfect. We cannot molest or lessen any part of his body. That will be against God's will. So for your own sake, common sense, morality, reputation, and honor, please do the only right thing now to pass the vegan law. No more killing of the innocents, animal or men. And by the way, all the citizens on this planet, please support your government to pass the vegan law so animals don't have to suffer anymore. Please protect your children. God doesn't want to hurt them. God wants to love, protect them, so they can grow up to be good rabbis, good priests, good monks, good presidents, good leaders, or the strong working force for your country, for your family. That is a real God. The God I know is like that, all forgiving. If you just repent, you will be forgiven. I promise that. With whatever honor I have, please believe me. God is all loving, all forgiving. Just turn around, do the right thing. Repent. God will be forgiving you. 100%. That is a real God. Very caring for your wellness. Making heavens to wait for you. There cannot be a God who wants to eat animal flesh and drink animal blood and harming babies and children, especially men, whom any nation or family rely on for their strength, for their protection, for anything that needs power and heroism and idealism. So we cannot harm any male babies or male children, any males. We need them. There are also other custom or wicked traditions somewhere that even molest females, similar situations, circumcise the female organs and make them suffer bleeding, infected, and death also. Mostly done without anesthesia. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you are under that situation, helplessly delivered to anguish, pain like that? Stop all this. You, wise government, you have power. Stop all this barbarian superstition. You have enough education and you have enough power to stop all this. Otherwise, God will not forgive us. Not forever. God cannot be patient forever seeing us harming other fellow co-inhabitants. But if we stop, we repent, God will immediately forgive and forget. And we will all enjoy this life in abundance, happiness, and go to heaven when we leave this world. I promise. Heavens are my witness. God is my witness. The planet may survive. The world might make it. But those who ignore their conscience are and live off the suffering of other innocent beings, such as animal slaughtering, they will not be spared of judgment. So act by your loving-hearted inherent nature. Governments of the world and citizens of the world work together in unison to make our world a happy place to live behind a better planet for our children. May God still be with you. May God bless your vegan law decision. Be courageous, be heroic, righteous, virtuous, fearless in God's mission and protection. All of you, leaders, governments, and co-citizens of the world, please stop killing the innocent animals, babies, or men. Heavens will help you. Do the vegan law, do sign it, and do follow through with it. That's the right thing to do for all the governments, all the leaders, and all the citizens in this world. That's the only priority right now if our world is to survive and well. And if we want to avoid the punishment of hellfire. I thank all of you. The beings in this world, thank all of you. Again, just do the right thing. Do the vegan law, do sign it, do practice it. Do follow through. Do be vegan. That's the right thing, and that's all you have to do. Everything else will fall into place. It will be all benevolence, merciful, compassion, happiness all over our planet if you do that. With all my love, best wishes, and God bless. Thank you again. You understood it all. Please, just do it. Just one act of righteousness, vegan law, and vegan lifestyle. Thank you. May God still bless our world. May God still be with us all.